3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Welcome to 321 Liftoff. I'm Wayne Belden, the president of Belden Communications, the publisher of the Space Coast Fun Guide and SpaceCoastFunGuide.com. We'll be bringing you 321 Liftoff each week, talking about tourism on Florida's fabulous Space Coast. With me is the host of 321 Liftoff, Bonnie King, former Deputy Director of the Space Coast Office of Tourism, as well as the past President of the Florida Film Commission. Bonnie, are we ready to blast off on 321 Liftoff?
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how many places have you gone where you have seen someone who is wearing a Ron Jon t-shirt? These t-shirts are seen all over the world, and today we're going to have a tourism conversation with Heather Lewis. She's the marketing director for this world-famous, largest surf shop in the world, Ron Jon Surf Shop, located right here in Cocoa Beach on Florida's Space Coast. And 321 Liftoff is brought to you in part by the Beachside Hotel and Suites on Cocoa Beach, which is literally about a block away, because we're here right now at Ron Jon's, and offering free breakfast and one-of-a-kind lazy river that goes up and down the length of the hotel, and complimentary beach cruisers and surfboards. And we're also brought to you in part by the SpaceCoastFunGuide.com, where you will learn what there is to do and where to do it. With me, as always, is my very good friend John Belden, Vice President of Belden Communications. Hey there.
Good morning, Bonnie and friends. We are here live on location at Ron Jon Surf Shop. And in front of us are the famous statues that line the sidewalk out front, paying homage to the many sporting activities that are commonplace here on the Space Coast, like surfing, which is my favorite, skimboarding, and skateboarding. And joining the conversation here is my father, President of Belden Communications, Wayne Belden. How you doing there, Pop?
I am so fantastic, I can't take it anymore. I don't know what to do about it. Hey, you know, as we sit here, there are so many visitors that pose for pictures with these giant statues as the backdrop, and also the Woody Wagon out front. This store is an icon for the city of Cocoa Beach, and I dare say, it's my own opinion, it should be an icon for the state of Florida as well. I mean, once you're on A1A and you see this big, beautiful building with this pastel colors, you know you've arrived at Cocoa Beach. This is the place.
Absolutely, you know you've arrived. Everything that you need for the beach, from surfboards to beachwear to all the accessories for the beach life that you live, is right here at the world-famous Ron Jon Surf Shop. So let's welcome Heather Lewis, the marketing director for this very famous place. So welcome, Heather. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Doing well. Welcome to Ron Jon's.
Yes.
Always a good time.
Thank you for bringing this beautiful weather for us out here this morning, too.
That's
So
what we like
can't
to
beat
do.
it. Perfect beach weather today.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
So you've been here how long now with Ron Jon?
Well, I don't want to give my age away, but 27 years. I mean,
Isn't that
time
something?
flies.
So that
It's
makes you
been-
29, right?
I am 29. I was
thought
the
so.
youngest employee ever here. Yeah.
That's it.
That is so cool that you were doing that. But you lived here. Did you live here in Cocoa Beach before you came?
I grew up here on the Space Coast in Rockledge. So Cocoa Beach that's the beach my family came to. You know, when we went with friends, obviously we came to Ron Jon's. You know, picked some stuff up, hit the beach. So this has been like my home turf for a long time.
Wow. So the history of Ron Jon it's a very interesting and fascinating story. So if you could, in a nutshell, maybe give us a little history about how did this unique building get here? Where did it start? Who's the guy that started it all? What happened that he had this interest, and where do we go from there?
Well, there is a Ron, and he actually is from New Jersey. Started up there in Ship Bottom, New Jersey. Wanted to get a surfboard. His father recommended that he get 3, sell 2. Then his would be paid for. It worked. He
That's a
started
smart
selling.
guy.
That is a smart
It's, you know,
idea.
worked out really well.
I like
mean,
that.
Hey, we got to try that, John.
I'm going to buy 3 cars, sell 2.
there you go. See if that works.
I like it.
I'm not sure if it works in this current economy, but
Well, there's a way, right?
so he started there really selling boards. Started in 1959, so it's been well over 60 years that Ron Jon's has been around. And he came to Cocoa Beach in 1963. Really loved the area, saw a lot of potential here. It was when the space program was really growing and taking off. So I think the time was perfect for him to set up a shop here, get people interested in surfing, and kind of ride that wave.
I like
And
the
it's
pun
really
you did
gotten-
there. It was taking off. I caught it.
Taking off, right.
She's witty, folks.
I got jokes today.
That's it.
Oh, we love to hear that. So, I mean, we started small We were small. Down by 3rd Street, I believe, was one of the first.
Yeah, it was in several different locations.
Right.
Yeah, I think one down by 3rd Street. We do have a photo from like the mid 60s. There was it was at the pier at one point. And then it's been at this location for quite some time, but has grown a lot over the years to the size that it is now.
And for those of us that have lived here and have seen this whole transformation, I mean, I was here when they were over on 3rd Street, and then they moved into this building that was here. It was a small shopping area that was here. They had that building, and then they decided to own everything, and they tore that down and then build this, as everybody would say, monstrosity. But this big building, it's like, wow. This is like, as just like what Wayne was saying, it's like an icon of Cocoa Beach. I mean, you know that you've arrived. When you come down A1A and you pass and you see this beautiful building,
Yep.
the pastel color, it just fits right into what you think of when you think of Cocoa Beach. And you know that Ron Jon's is Cocoa Beach. Ron Jon is synonymous with that name as well. And so you know that you've arrived. But what's great about it is that you also have a building over on the other block that's also part of you that has the Florida Surf Museum.
Has the Florida Surf Museum, and that houses our beach rentals too.
Right,
So,
okay.
but yeah, they do a great job there. Giving us a little history of surfing in Florida. They maintain that. I believe they just did a book signing last weekend.
Nice.
So they're starting to pick up on activities there.
That whole place is amazing. I mean, so you can actually come in and get anything that you need for the water, whether it be surf. Of course, you can buy your surfboards here, but you can also rent them or do whatever. Get your skimboarding, your skateboarding. You got every board kind.
Right. Well, especially if you're traveling, you may not want to travel with your
Exactly.
surfboard, so you have the opportunity to rent that. We rent beach bikes, bodyboards, beach chairs, umbrellas, whatever you need to kind of get you through your trip so that you're not having to haul all that with you.
But I wonder what the thinking was when he decided to tear down the small shopping area and then build this. I mean, was he thinking ahead by saying, we're going to be the standout in Cocoa Beach? I mean, what was the thinking behind that? Do you know?
I really think it was a gradual progression as people, started to become familiar with the brand. They, had come when they were kids. They were bringing their kids. The people were really, flocking to Cocoa Beach in this area, and the opportunity was there to grow, and you just needed more space to be able to, give more offerings. There's just so many different things that you can have for the beach. So many brands now that are tied to surf, beach, skate, all of
Yeah.
that.
So it's more like necessity is the mother of invention.
Exactly. Yeah. You build to, I don't think he would have come in and built it this size, originally, but you see, where your business is heading and what the demand is and work
Right.
with that.
And it's beautiful at night too. I love when it's all lit up.
When it's all
yeah, the
lit up,
lights are
it just
great.
Oh,
is
yeah.
gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. The floods are on the ground and they're shooting up. So you see when you go by, you just can't take your eyes off of it.
Yeah.
And which you should, because you'll get in an accident. But it's that beautiful.
Yes, please.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really
And we lay claim, of course, to many heroes that we have here in Brevard County on the Space Coast. I mean, Kelly Slater, 11-time world champion, and now we have Carolyn Marks.
Yes.
Now going to the Olympics, representing us in the Olympics. They've made surfing part of an Olympic sport, so she's going to be representing us as well. But she's right here from the Space Coast.
Yeah, she's right here from the Space Coast. She's actually one of our Ron Jon team riders, so we're really proud to have her on our surf team. And she's just such a great ambassador for the
Yes,
sport.
she is.
So positive and doing so much at such a young age. I think it's really an opportunity for young female surfers especially to have somebody to look up to and things that they could try and do in the sport.
When you say a Ron Jon team rider, tell me what that is, because I know people say, "Oh, I'm on the Ron Jon surf side" or whatever. So you have, how many surf team people do you have that represent Ron Jon as they're surfing?
I think we have 13 or 14 right now, but
Okay.
when we started it, we really wanted to support local surfers. Like you said, the Space Coast, as you just mentioned, has developed a lot of surf talent that has gone out and done really well on the world circuit. And we wanted young people that are getting into the sport to have an opportunity to compete and try and improve their skills. So we find ones that are good kids, they're doing well in school, they're focused on that, they're focused on surfing, and give them it may be support for equipment or travel, different things that we're doing with them to give them a chance to experience surfing and try and grow in it.
Well, not only that, but you also have a surf school. So that
Yes.
that's exciting. I mean, I know that people come in here on vacation and they actually can come here and they have your instructor is a certified surfer or whatever. And so tell us about that, because I find that there's a lot of people that will say, oh, I've always heard about surfing, I'd like to be able to try it, I don't know the first thing about it, and then you guys take over.
Yeah, if you want to learn, that is a great way to do it. The Ron Jon Surf School is amazing. They pretty much guarantee they'll get you standing up on the board, but
Nice.
yeah, they have a lot of experts. It's run by Todd and Lauren Holland, and Todd was actually, and Lauren is a current surf team rider, and Todd was on the surf team before, so it's all tied together. But yeah, they have a great team over there. So if you just want to come in and get a lesson, they have group lessons, private lessons. They will, get you in the water and get you confident in what you're doing. And they're coming up on their season. If you've got kids looking for a camp to do this year, their surf camps are amazing.
So are there age restrictions in that? Because when I get up on the board, I sink, and I'd love to be able to actually,
You
surf.
need to get in some Nutrisystems, what you need to do.
So are there restrictions to that?
As far as age, I think it's, they start maybe as young as 7 or 8. Obviously you have to be able to swim is the big thing to
I
be
can
able
swim.
for safety purposes. So if you can swim, John, we can get you in there.
Sweet.
And but yeah, people from all walks of life now are surfing.
Yeah.
It's great to see so many people getting out and going to the beach and enjoying the sports that you can do there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, and how could you not? I mean, with the weather that we have here, which is why I think it's so popular the way it is, and the scenery, and just like you see Ron Jon, you need to get on a board, you need to get out there. So, yeah.
And there's a whole group of people, professionals, lawyers, attorneys, doctors, dentists, or whatever, that are surfers that all, and I say like Jack, the Kirschenbaums that go out and
Right.
surf or whatever, and these people have lived and breathed Cocoa Beach as youngsters, and now they are in the professional world, but they all get together and they're out riding the waves, and it's kind of neat to see it because they're older now, they're in their 60s and 70s, but they have that beach style life, and they're carrying that surfboard up on top of their head as they walk out onto the beach doing the thing. Which I love that look, by the way. I just think that's a great look,
And the skimboarding, when you watch that, it's like, wow, that takes a whole another level of talent.
That's like an athletic skill
It is.
that, you have to have a lot of confidence and be able to do that, but it looks like it's so much fun. I've
It
not
does.
tried it. I don't think I have the balance. I mean, it might be a little too
Don't wanna
accident
break a
prone
bone,
myself
right?
for that. But yeah, watching them do that because that's not as dependent on waves. You just need a little bit of water at the shoreline, and it's crazy the stunts that they can do.
I know. I've seen that. Again, I'm with you. I'm like, I know if I did that, I would break a leg or something immediately. But looks fantastic.
It's fun to watch if you're just on the beach. Yeah, it's just fun to even watch it.
I always think that once you put your weight on it, that you would hit the sand.
No,
but there's a certain way that you have to do it.
Yeah.
And when I see those kids and adults or whatever that are skimming across, I just think, okay, how do you do that?
They get and they run so
I
fast.
know they
First
run
time I
so
saw my
fast.
niece do that, I was like, my gosh, what was that?
That's what we're seeing. I mean, that's surfing and skate has always been big. Goes through its waves of popularity, but skim right now is really
I was
taking
going to say,
off.
it's a hot thing going on
It's
right
really
now.
a hot
with
thing right
skim.
now. Yeah, we're getting a lot of demand for skim boards, so people are getting out there and trying it. Like I said, because I think you're not as dependent on the waves. You can
Right.
do different things. It's a different type of water sport.
Yeah.
And what about the jet skis too?
We don't carry jet skis. Yeah, we did years ago. But
You did years ago,
so-
but the interesting thing on those jet skis too that you see is that we have the big Thunderboat races coming up, as you know, here in Cocoa Beach in May, and I think they're having a full day on the day before the boat race on Sunday. On Saturday, they're doing jet ski races, which should be kind
That
of
should
fun.
be fun to see.
So
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
Unique.
And as I said, when you're here at Ron Jon, you're just 2 blocks from the beach. So if you're here to see the Thunderboat the races, you can just come up here to Ron Jon and
Exactly, right there at Shepherd Park. A lot of nice viewing
it's
areas.
I'm going to tell you, we have so many special events that are going on between now and through the summer or whatever. Our visitors are going to have a great opportunity and a great chance to see a lot of different things. So
It's one of the great things about having the beach here because we're able to get some of this back. The air show was wonderful. Was that
Yes.
2 weeks ago?
Yep.
Now looking
yeah, I bet you
forward
got
to
some
the-
good pictures of those planes that are flying by.
It was great the days that they were practicing
I
too.
know, I
So
was
you're
gonna
just
say-
you're like,
yeah.
I got to step out of my office for a
Right,
minute and
right.
go
Yes.
check this out.
Get your own
So-
private show those days, right?
The other thing is, I know you guys give over like 2 million stickers. Every time you buy something from Ron Jon, you get those stickers in your bag, and you also promo them and give them out. But
Yes.
people take those stickers and they stick them everywhere. not only do you find stickers everywhere, but you find Ron Jon T-shirts everywhere. I know and I mentioned this before, but I remember for me, I was at the Johnny Carson show, and the guy in front of me was wearing a Ron Jon Cocoa Beach surf shirt, which I thought was great. And then I heard that there was a sticker that was found on one of the legs of the Eiffel Tower. So it's almost like a hunt, okay, where am I going to find the name Ron Jon? Where am I going to see that?
They really are everywhere. Even after being here for so many years, when I do, travel outside the area and go to other places, I'm just amazed. I get so excited. I'm like, a school kid. Oh, there's a sticker, so we're, you see them everywhere. And I'm sure I annoy my friends and family when we're on car trips, and I'm not playing the license plate game. I'm looking for the Ron Jon stickers.
Well,
on
it's
their
important to love what you
t-shirts,
do, right? So I mean, that's exciting.
And obviously, she loves what she does. She's been here 27 years. She is Heather Lewis, Ron Jon.
I mean, you work here at the beach, so
it doesn't get any better than that, right? No,
no,
absolutely. So tell me a little bit too about. Now, do you have a relationship with Kelly Slater now? I know growing up he probably did, but now that he's off, and I don't know. We have the big Kelly Slater statue that's just down the street from here.
There's actually one right behind you too.
I was just going to say that we have the statue that's down there when you enter the downtown Cocoa Beach area, and then right behind us, of course, is I think that was one of the first ones that went up, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes. So we're not a sponsor of Kelly's, but obviously being a local Cocoa Beach surfer and the greatest surfer ever, we're super proud as residents here to have him. He's been to the store and done some events, and so it's always fun. Huge draw. I mean, so many people know who Kelly is, and I think he brought a lot of people a lot of awareness to the sport, and kind of helped build that and made it more mainstime.
That's how you know you made it, when you got a statue. He's got multiple statues here in Cocoa Beach, which is cool.
Yeah, and the different statues that you have, like, you've got surfing, you have skateboarding, right?
Right.
And so what are some of the other sports that are on here?
I think we've got stand-up paddling out here.
John, you're not overparked, are you?
Big.
Oh, yeah, they're coming for me.
They're coming.
I'll handle it,
Folks,
don't worry.
at this point, I think I ought to interject that we take pride in bringing this show on the road, and we are literally on the road today. We're about 40 feet from A1A,
the highway,
and we're about 30 feet from the front door of Ron Jon's, and so we're right out here, and we are on the road.
In the mix of it.
It's great. So tell me, let's just talk a little bit more about the Surf Museum and what is in there. I know it shows the history, whatever. Now, who's running that, and the money goes to a foundation?
That's actually the Florida Surf Museum. It's its own organization. We're just a partner with them, and they utilize the space there. And it's a benefit for us because it does give something for our guests to go see and learn a little bit about history there. And they do, different displays throughout the year that they're curating. I haven't been in there right now, so I'm not sure what the actual current display is. But every few months they go in and change it out. So it's maybe focused. Sometimes it's focused on boards, and they'll have, maybe, something about shapers that are specifically from Florida or this area. They've done displays about Kelly Slater before, or some of the surf contests. So it's constantly changing, and there's, a lot of history here in this state, and particularly on the Space Coast.
There really is. Isn't that the truth? I mean, we have a real good history of not only nature and surfing and space or whatever. I mean, we have a lot to offer, a lot of diversity, and which is why we want to tell our visitors this is a great place to come visit. Also, when we were over on your other block with where your offices are and where you sell your rentals, is also the Key Lime Pie Company. We were over there. We did an interview over there and ate key lime pie and did all that. But it's so cool because visitors love key lime, and the whole image of this whole area with the pastel colors and everything, they just fit right in. So we enjoyed that. That was great, and we were happy to see that they were located in the same location that you guys.
Yeah, it's a good spot, and now you've made me hungry.
Yeah, I know.
Stop by there afterwards.
And our producer and I, we actually tried the hot sauces there, and wow, they're pretty hot.
Yeah,
and we got to meet Sweetie. We met Sweetie.
Oh, yeah,
did
Sweetie.
you?
Yeah, Sweetie the alligator came.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I haven't even met Sweetie
No?
yet.
Well, we may be able to arrange a meet and greet for you.
Set me up with that.
You bring Kelly, we'll bring Sweetie. And
Okay, so fair trade.
I love that. So speaking of that, what we'd really like to do is we want to get hold of Carolyn Marks. I mean, we'd love to be able to talk to her about where she's going and what she's doing. So we put out we put out a call to see if we can't get Caroline to give us a conversation and talk about all the good things that's happening with her and her family.
That would be great. So, she is heading to the Olympics soon,
I know.
so time may be difficult.
And
but,
I'm sure that
she'd be,
she's exactly.
I'm
and
sure she would
traveling a
love
lot.
to do it, though.
Yeah,
but
I think it'd be
there's a lot of
great. I think
demand.
it's great. The other thing is, you have the Florida's Endless Summer Surfing license plate. And so that is something that's out there. I don't know if you're involved in that or whatever, but people can buy a license plate that says the Endless Summer, and the money goes to a founding for the foundation that they've got. So,
Right. Ron and Lynn started a foundation several years ago. They were really looking, I think, for a legacy to give back to surfing and the beaches here in the state of Florida, something beyond, Ron Jon Surf Shop.
Right.
So they started Surfing's Evolution and Preservation Foundation. And then through that developed the Endless Summer license plate, which is doing really well. I'm seeing more and more of them
I was
on
going to
the road,
say, you
so,
can't,
yeah.
you do see it.
Yeah.
It's an iconic look,
Yes.
and it's really across the state has really taken off. So I'm spotting those on cars now when
yeah,
I drive around,
exactly.
too, so.
Those have been around for a while, right? Because I actually have seen those for some time too.
Yeah, they've
That's
been around for
long time.
quite a few years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty because it's got like, at least the ones that I've seen, it's got kind of like a sunrise type color to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's right there on the back of my car over there. It's right
Ah.
up there. So.
Awesome. Yeah.
You've got one of
but-
those license plates. Yeah, it's very cool.
So that they're putting the funds that are coming in from that is going back to supporting beach safety, beach cleanups, organizations that are out there working environmentally to preserve the beaches here in Florida and
Right.
keep that so that we can all keep enjoying the beaches throughout the state. As well as safety and promoting the sport of surfing. So
Absolutely, and we always say, our number one natural resource here in on the Space Coast is our beaches.
Right.
Our beaches need to be cleaned. Our beaches need to be preserved or whatever. And you see a lot of activity going on our beaches where there's a lot of like putting renourishing sand and things of that nature up and down the beach. Because again, if we don't have a beautiful beach or whatever, why are the people going to come? And we are the closest beaches to the Orlando area. So when people are here, this is the beach that they're going to come to.
It really is our greatest resource, and
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that across the Space Coast, I think everyone is aware of that and is really working to try and make sure that we have these nice, beautiful beaches and keep them in shape for everyone.
So are you a surfer?
I should say I have surfed.
Yes.
Yeah,
You have the look.
Yeah, you got that surfer
Yes.
babe look.
I'm not sure about that. Thank you, though. But I've tried it, and I really appreciate the skill it takes to do it.
It
so
is a
it's
skill.
it's a lot of fun. I think I spent more time in the water than on the
Right.
board the times I've tried it. But it's to be able to do it and
When
be
I was
successful at it.
Yeah, it's tough, right? I mean, when I was
very tough.
when I was young, I body surfed a little bit, and that was fun.
Yeah.
I never really got on the board. I don't know. I just never got the right training, I guess. But the body surfing was fun. Just riding the wave is pretty exciting. So I get the.
Oh yeah, it's a thrill to do it, and I'm sure if I had spent more time practicing, because
Right.
you can't get good at anything without practicing, it would have been better. But
True.
more lessons at the surf school, and I'll get up there.
They say the East Coast surf capital, is the Cocoa Beach area, and a lot of people say, yeah, but there's really not a lot of big waves, because when people think surfing, they're thinking these giant waves
Like
that
in
you
Hawaii.
see elsewhere. But we are known because we're a test. All the famous surfers or whatever that we have that are here got their start on these waves because these waves. We're the regional area for the best waves. Small
Why
wave.
is that?
Small wave.
Why is that? Because I hang out a lot up at Daytona Beach too, and their waves are totally different. The waves down here are much better.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything about surfing, but to look at them. So I always wondered, is there something geologic?
Isn't it with the inlets and whatnot? That's
Well,
what it's-
and it could be, but I heard an interview with Carolyn Marks, and she was talking about how she's raised in the south part in Melbourne, and her family, as she said, it's a great way to learn surfing because you can control, so to speak, the wave, which will help you when you're doing bigger waves. So when I look at and I'm wonderful. I've gone on you guys have a great site with a lot of videos of surfers. You've gone on surfing sites. I watched Carolyn Marks surfing, and I've seen what she does with a small wave, and then you see what she does with a big wave, and it's all in the like your the thigh area, your the legs, the way you move your feet. fascinating to watch. But she was saying, you've got to be able to control a wave, and you can really start well with the small wave capital, which is here.
Yeah.
So, we're happy to say, hey, obviously this is the place to learn, the place to do it, which is great that we have the surfing school and that we have the people that want to come in and learn.
Yeah, I think it's ideal for learning, and then once you are getting better at it, to be able to do more of the aerials and tricks and maneuvers.
Yeah.
You have,
Which is
you really
amazing.
have to work at it here. There's bigger waves. Gives you a little bit of a additional benefit here. You're honing your skills a
I
lot
would be
more.
scared to death when they get inside that
The
curl,
funnel?
Those
the
tubes.
funnel.
How awesome is that, though?
Yeah.
I love that.
That's incredible.
It is incredible.
I wonder. I'm amazed at the guy that takes the picture. Right.
Well, that's true.
yeah.
How they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones actually out there in the water that
Yeah.
are doing it. Yeah, they're
And they're
athletes
in the
themselves doing
tube,
it.
they call it. See, I'm a real surfer. I can see
Yeah.
in the tube.
Yeah, see?
And a lot of them these days with technology, they'll put a camera right on the board, and so they can actually film themselves doing
Right.
these things. But I got to think that's so peaceful while you're in there. And you probably, as a surfer, I would imagine you zone out everything, right? Because you're just riding the thing. But
I can't imagine that it would be peaceful because
I think
you're
it would be.
really, because to me you're in there and you're just thinking, okay, I can't fall. I've got to do this. I have to do that.
But where else can you go
I
where
know.
you got this whole thing around you and you're just riding? And for a surfer that loves what they do, that's probably the honey hole of the sport right
I
there.
guess,
I got to
yeah.
think that you're just like, wow, this is awesome. I mean, I don't know. I'm a water bug, so I love it.
Hey, they're making it. They're doing well. So let's see. What else is there you can tell us about Ron Jon? Anything else that we might need to know? You got
Is
anything?
he here? Does he hang? Does he come here a lot to the store?
He's Ron and I'm
No,
John. We can
no.
do a little duo. How many locations these days?
Well, we have 12 company-owned locations.
That's- okay.
So when I started here, we had 2. We had New Jersey and Cocoa Beach. So
Right.
we've seen a lot of growth over the last 20-plus years.
Wow.
Nice.
And we're working on a couple of other things coming up, but. Yeah, we've got the store in New Jersey still there, much bigger than it used to be. We have one in Ocean City, Maryland.
Nice.
We have 2 stores in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Nice.
Orange Beach, Alabama. We're in Pensacola, Panama City. We're in Key West, Clearwater. Where am I forgetting?
Fort Myers.
And
Right.
we're out at
Wow.
Disney Springs.
I
as
have
well.
seen
So,
that. Yeah, we're Disney buffs. So, but that's also, it plays into the name. That's why you're as big as you guys are, because people see it in all these different locations. And I got to think it's kind of like a Hard Rock or something where you got to go see each individual location.
Oh,
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth?
Right?
Yeah, you get the different stickers. We do have people that are collectors.
Yeah, why
based
not?
on the location. For
That'd be a
that,
fun road
so.
trip, right?
Yeah, but here in Cocoa Beach, this is our our flagship, and this is definitely where the majority of people are coming to see us
This is
and
where it was
know
born.
about the brand.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the stores that you have elsewhere, they're not as big as this.
No, this
Yeah.
is by far
Right.
our largest store. I don't foresee that changing here. So we still believe we're the world's largest surf shop.
Right.
So we're
And-
proud of that.
What are the hours?
Right now, I believe we're 9 to 11.
Awesome.
So plenty of time for you to get in here when you're
And it's
coming
fun.
out to the beach.
Two
so.
stories, right? So you can come through and you have your wide selection when you come in.
Yeah, we really do have a little bit of everything. If you can't find what you need for the beach here, they haven't invented it yet. So it's
It's funny because you look back way, back in the 60s when Ron was even considered. I wonder if he ever thought that his brand would be, he probably wanted to make a brand. I want to be big, but I don't think he thought it was going to be this big. Look at, you know what I'm saying, when he first started?
It is amazing, and like you said, you remember how small the shop
Yeah,
was initially
yeah.
starting, and to think that it could grow, that's kind of the American dream here, is
Right.
to be
Yep.
able to build that kind of
Absolutely.
business and a legacy.
I feel like I've heard it before, but I don't remember. Where did the John part come from, Ron Jon?
Because it rhymed with Ron, right?
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah. So they were looking. They're like, well, we need some T-shirts. They had a team. They were selling boards. We need some T-shirts. They kind of brainstormed and came up with that, and I liked the sound of it, and stuck with it, and it's really grown.
Nice.
I mean, it is funny that people go, well, okay, we know that guy Ron started it, but who is the John? And it's I found out. I said, oh yeah, just because it round good, Ron Jon. It's a good thing. So let's hear. What do you like to do in your spare time? if you have some spare time.
Yeah, the spare time. What is that?
Yeah.
Really, obviously I work here at the beach every day, so it's always nice to be able to go out and do that. One thing is, growing up on the Space Coast and, living here, there's so many things to do, particularly outdoors. I, do a lot of running and walking. My dog, you'll see us running all across the county here.
Yeah.
And, there's just so many things to do. Besides that, we have great restaurants that are on the water
we
and
do.
just be
Yeah.
able to sit outside and enjoy
Really.
that view.
Yep.
Just relax and,
Now, also, Ron Jon, we have a lot of surfing festivals that are here on the beach. And of course, maybe that you're not sponsoring them, but everybody associates you with those surfing contests, which I think is a good thing. I mean, I find it amazing that people, because of the name Ron Jon, everybody just automatically assumes that. And we also have marathon races like the 5K and things of that nature that have a Ron Jon feel to it as well. You guys sponsor, I believe, one of the races that we do, the I Dream of Genie race.
Right, yeah, we've been a sponsor of the I Dream of Genie. I think that's a half marathon, has a couple other things.
Yes.
We just did a couple of weeks ago the Ron Jon Cocoa Beach Triathlon.
There you
Wow.
go.
And then I think tomorrow is the USA Beach Running Championships, which we're a sponsor of, that is going to be running in that whole race. I think they have a half marathon and a 10K, and the entire thing
On
is
the
out
beach?
on the beach.
That's
See,
tough, too.
That is tough. That is tough. But how cool is it that we have all these events like that, which are growing? I mean, Mitch Varnes, I know, is one of our special event coordinators that does a lot of these shows and brings them in. But the I Dream of Genie one, which is a lot of fun, we have all these genies that are running in the marathon. They dress up like I Dream. Even guys will dress up like I Dream of Genie, which is kind of funny. But it's great to see the costumes and the fun, because it brings back, again, another history part of Cocoa Beach, which is the I Dream of Genie.
Right, yeah, it's a nice tie-in to the space race days.
Yes, it is. Speaking of our space race, we've definitely geared up on that, and we had a beautiful launch the other day, that early morning launch that went fabulous look, and sent our crew up to the
photos
ISS.
I've seen of it was gorgeous with that cloud cover. I've never
Beautiful.
seen it look like that with the lighting effect that
Right.
it had
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
it. It was really unique.
I saw a friend of mine posted on social media, and she says, "You think it's a sunset? Nope, just another launch here on the Space Coast."
Yeah.
You do get used to it. It's still exciting, but
It's
you do get
very,
used to
it's
seeing it.
very, very
It's awesome.
exciting. So we want to send people to your website, ronjonsurfshop.com, and then that way they can not only see all the things that you offer here at the store, but you can also buy online as well.
Yes.
You can register, I guess, for all the different things that you guys are involved in, and great pictures and great videos. So compliment you guys on your website in
Thank
the
you
sense
very
that you've got
much.
some really, I love that you can go to your site, to all the sites. Every time we go to, when we're interviewing people or whatever, we go to their sites, good websites, because that's what's going to get people, very interested and inviting. And you guys do a great job.
Websites and social media, I mean, that's the
Big.
key marketing tools now. So you really have to be, on point with those. So, hopefully people will go check out the website. Like I said, you can get, see some of our products that we offer. But, we really encourage you to come here to the Space Coast and visit Ron Jon's while you're here.
We have a
And-
beautiful photo on spacecoastfunguide.com on the homepage for Ron Jon's, and it's go to our website. Obviously, people are visitors from out of state that are coming here. They're planning their vacation, and they'll look for their restaurants and shopping. And again, surfing. That's definitely a thing that is very well known here in Cocoa Beach. So you can find all that more on spacecoastfunguide.com. Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And just 2 blocks or a block down the street is one of our sponsors, which is the Beachside Hotel. And I don't know, they went through that $6 million renovation. I don't know if
Beautiful.
you've walked down there to see the lazy river that they have there.
It's beautiful.
It's
They've done
gorgeous.
a great
They've
job
done a
with
great
it.
job. And so we're happy that they help sponsor this show. And again, they can come in, they can walk. What's really great too about the beach sites is they're only like a block away. They can walk, literally, they can walk here to Ron Jon. There's like 13 restaurants are right in this vicinity right
Yep.
here. You can walk there. The beach is just right behind you. So it's a great location. So if you're looking to come into our area, which we hope that you do, so you can come and visit with Ron Jon and take in all of our attractions. But go to the Beachside Hotel, cocobeach.com, and you'll be able to see what everything that they have to offer.
And hopefully you'll fly into Orlando Melbourne International Airport.
Yes, which is just down the road here as well. So I swear, when we're in Cocoa Beach, you're kind of center, and you can, go a little bit north to the Titusville area, go south, and you're in the Melbourne Palm Bay area. So we do have a lot to offer. So speaking of that, so we do have some activities coming up, right? We've got the Great Florida Air Show at the Orlando Melbourne International Airport, which is going to be May 15 and 16. And, as Heather just said, we just got through with the Cocoa Beach Air Show that happened here with the Thunderbirds. And this air show that we have coming in has the Blue Angels.
Yep.
So that's going to be a fun event. And then we also have Thunder on the Beach, which is the powerboat races.
Right.
And again, that will be May 20th through the 23rd. And that happens, again, right behind Ron Jon. So you can actually walk down to the beach and see all that happening as well as you're doing your shopping here at Ron Jon. So it's all good. And speaking of relaxation, I just want to say, I went to the Gara Fish Spa. We had the Gara Fish Spa on about 2 weeks ago, and we interviewed them and talked about the little fish that nibble at your feet and the ionic cleanse that you get for your feet or whatever. I took a group of girlfriends, and we went in there and we did that. What a great experience. So if you haven't done that yet, it's just down the street, again, right here in
I'm
Cape
gonna have to
Canaveral.
try
Yeah.
that. That sounds really relaxing.
It was very relaxing. And
Bring your wine.
bring your wine,
That's
and
right.
I know that you were looking for a place, because you always try to surprise your wife.
Earn some points, right?
Exactly. And I'm
Exactly.
telling you, I think you will earn some points if you do that. That was a
Yes.
lot of fun, and another thing to do while you're here in Cocoa Beach.
And Bonnie was showing us early how soft her feet are. They're just so soft.
They're still soft after being there. It was really a neat experience, something different.
Yeah.
And anyway, so that's what we try to do. We want to highlight to our visitors and to our residents who listen as well, is to were you aware that we had this? When was the last time you were at the Space Center? When was the last time you were in Ron Jon? We try to just help you. These are the great things that you can do when you're on vacation here, on the Space Coast.
And
lots to
it's
do and see.
All within, and I was just thinking about, you said it earlier about the walking distance. You go to other attractions or destinations, we'll say, there's a lot of driving involved. Not everything is one spot. You got everything right here.
Everything's right here.
I mean, even
Yep.
at this location right here, you could walk to our sponsor, Beachside Hotel and Suites. You got Key Lime right behind us, Florida Key Lime store there. That they got fantastic attractions. You got Ron Jon's right here. The beach, you had shuttle launches going on.
Listen to
events
you.
I'm serious. It's
And
like
the Cocoa Beach Pier is just down the street as well.
Fish nibbling at your feet. I mean,
Fish nibbling at
you got it all.
Everything.
there's nowhere else to go. Come here, stay here. I mean, just it's come, stay, play, live, right?
And you're only
Right.
30 minutes from Orlando.
yeah.
I mean,
That's right.
You can't beat it.
Nope.
That's right.
And
So-
and you don't have the stress of crazy traffic and like you do in other parts of the state. This is where you come to relax. I
Right.
love it.
And we also want, if you have information, we like for you to share your memory when you're here on Cocoa Beach. It's amazing how many people say that's where I, first learned how to surf, or that's where I went to the Space Center when the shuttle launches were happening. So we ask people to write in at info@spacecoastfunguide.com and just tell us what your memory is, and ask questions and tell us who you'd like to see and what you liked about the interviews that we had, because we want to introduce them to people who are making this area happen, just like you, Heather. So when they come to Ron Jon, they may walk in and say, I want to meet Heather Lewis, So,
Right.
but
And you really do. She's a sports babe.
You are, and you're very community minded. I know you're out there with you're on a lot of committees and things of that nature, but very community minded. And again, this is a relationship building place. People, they know one another for years, and that's what makes things happen. And that's why I think we're known for our friendliness and our hospitality here.
Exactly. Yeah, I've met so many people that have come here, vacation, that come back year after year, that are bringing their kids, that
Right.
are bringing their grandkids. So it's just great to see that people appreciate the area and are coming back so
I
often.
know, we love it. So now next week, we're going to have an interesting conversation. Next week, we have two scientists who have experiments that are going to the International Space Station. And Dr. Jamie Foster is a space biologist, and she examines healthy interactions between animals and their microbiome. But I'm not going to get into that because that's getting kind of really technical. But they're going to talk to us. And the other one is we have another doctor, Dr. Joya Massa. She's a NASA life science project, and they have experiments that are going up on the rocket to the space station. And they're going to talk to us about how do you get an experiment on a rocket, And they're going to talk about their background, what their experiment is going to do, and just give us another interesting look at what happens on that space station. What's going on up there while, we're all down here looking up there. So anyway, we're going to have them next week. I think it's going to be a very interesting conversation.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out what a microbiome is.
I know.
Wait,
wait
do I
till-
get to come back and do that? No.
Yeah, that's right.
And when we talked about the little fish that we had at the Gara Fish Spa, she's working with little fish that she does experiments with, and she travels all over the world to find these little fish that she brings back here so that that's going to go on the space station. So it's interesting little things that we probably didn't know. So if you're out there and you're going to be listening next week, if you have any questions for these two scientists that are working on that, we're happy to ask them and get it on. So we really appreciate you, Heather, being here with us today and allowing us to set up right outside the world famous Ron Jon Surf Shop.
Well, thank you all for coming out here
It's
today.
a great
Absolutely.
thing, and we just want people to come and see you and see what you have to offer and just be part of what the Space Coast is all about.
Yep, let's head to the beach now.
Let's
That's
go.
it.
All right,
It's all
all
good. So
right, let's go.
We'll see you next week.
All right.
Absolutely. That's a wrap.
Nice. Good job.